Hello everybody, and once again welcome to Synonomics, the money machine. After the Federal Reserve kept the interest rate constant and didn't hike it, the market has been reacting in a positive way. Bond market actually gave a great reaction, followed by the stock market. So the market is actually expecting that they are not going to increase the rate even in December. And also the Chairman Jay Powell's commentary was pretty good. So market was pretty happy about it, and you are seeing kind of the rally going back. Well, out of both the Dow and Nasdaq growth, one stock which I have been covering in the past as well has been a standout, and that is part of the Nasdaq composite, and it has actually grown 25% in 2 days, guys, after it announced its Q3 result. Yes, it actually grew 20% in value in the price and another 5% yesterday, that's on Friday. So 25% gain in 2 days. I think you must have guessed it by now. Well, if you have not, I'm talking about Palantir Technologies. In fact, I have covered that a few times in the past. So I'll not go into what the company does and all those kind of things. I'll just focus mostly on the Q3 result, forward-looking guidance that the company has given, and also some of the achievements the company had in this quarter. But having said that, for my new viewers, I'll just like to introduce Palantir Technologies. So Palantir Technologies specializes in the big data analytics and helps detect unusual and suspicious patterns in the large data sets. Predominantly, it works with the government organizations. CIA, FBG, all of them have been its long-time clients. US defense, at the same time, the other countries' defense as well has been very prominent customers for this company. So it pretty much specializes in big data analytics as well as in the AI and generative AI, and specializes especially in the government sector, defense sector, but now it's expanding more into the commercial segment as well. Well, as I talked about it, lately it has been a big buzz in the AI and generative AI software space. Yes, with its latest AI platform, so Palantir AI platform, it has established itself as a AI and generative AI software leader, I would call that. The leader I'm calling because if you don't compare that with the large ones, definitely in the smaller space like a $2 billion, $3 billion company range, this is the only company which is in profit. The other ones like C3 AI and all those are still in loss, guys. And that's the reason why I love this company, because it's delivering what it has been talking about. The guidance it gives is always beats it, and we'll cover that in a minute. And if you look at from the price perspective, with the Friday close of around $19, this stock has given 200% return in the last 10 months, year to date rather. In 2023, year to date, it has given 200% return, guys. To be precise, it's 196%. Its 52-week high is $20.24, and 52-week low is $5.92. So pretty much it has quadrupled in last 1 year, and it's continuously going, and we'll discuss that shortly, that for the Q4 also it has given a pretty upbeat guidance. Well, let's start with the Q3 highlights. So Q3 2023 highlights have been fantastic. From the revenue perspective, it has grown 17% year over year to $558 million. So commercial revenue has grown 23% year over year, and out of that the US commercial has actually grown 33%, guys. Yes, the overall commercial has grown 23% to $251 million. And if you look at the government, that has grown as well to 12% to $308 million. So you can see the split as well. It's pretty much 250 to 300 kind of range. You can say 55, 45, whatever. So it's pretty much drastically aggressively, it's actually building its market share in the commercial space, which is the great thing. because it used to be only a government focused company earlier, especially in the defense and fraud detection area. Well, when we look at the other parameters, especially the GAAP income, the net income has been around $72 million, and that represents around 13% of the margin. GAAP income from operations, $40 million, and that is pretty much 7% of the margin. But guys, adjusted income from the operations has been $163 million, and that represents pretty much 29% margin, guys. And this is the fourth consecutive quarter where it has given a positive or operating profit. At the same time, this is the third consecutive quarter where it has actually given positive net income, earning per share. Well, from the GAAP earning perspective, earning per share, it's been at 3 cents per share. EPS is 3 cents per share in Q3, but from the adjusted value perspective, non-GAAP, it's at 7 cents per share. And as I just told you, this is the third consecutive quarter where it has given positive earning per share. Also from the cash perspective, the adjusted free cash flow has been $141 million. That represents around 23%, 25% of the margin. The other one that we also look at it is the cash and the cash equivalent in the books. So its balance sheet has around $3.3 billion cash and cash equivalents. So that means it's a heavily cash rich company, no debt at all. And that is the beauty of the financials of Palantir. Well, now we looked at the Q3 numbers. Let's look at the trailing 12 month. That will give us the complete picture, how its performance has been in the last 12 months. So Q3 2023 TTM trailing 12 month has been fantastic as well. The revenue grew 16% year over year to $2.1 billion. Remember earlier it has forecasted that in 2023 they will actually end up at $2 to $2.1 billion. So if you look at trailing 12 months, it's already at $2.1 billion. US commercial revenue has grown 23% to $403 million. And if you look at the GAAP net income, that's been $147 million. And that represents around 7% of the margin. GAAP income from the operations, $36 million. And the cash from the operations has been $490 million. And that represents 23% margin. Adjusted free cash flow has been $502 million for the last 12 months. And adjusted income from operations has been $538 million. So from all the aspects, the results have been fantastic. And if you look at the gross margin perspective, it's actually pretty much trading at around 80% gross margin. So pretty cool company from the financials perspective, and also it's a very specialized product, and that's actually going into that. And we'll cover a little bit now in the next section that what the company has been doing lately. In my previous sections, I have covered in details all the big deals that this company had. So if you have not looked at it, I'll sincerely recommend you to have a look at it. I'll provide those links throughout this presentation as well. Well, let's look at that. So Palantir has been supporting Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. Yes, you heard that right. In my previous video, I had told as well that they have been working with Ukraine government, and now they are actually announcing it. So with the Ministry of Digital Transformation, they have been working with Ukraine government to accelerate Ukraine's digital reconstruction with the help of their platform, the AIP, AI platform. Well, in this during this earnings release, Alex Karp, who is the CEO of the company, openly came and said that they are supporting all the US allies, and in that matter, as a matter of fact, Palantir is supporting Israel. This is the first CEO who has boldly come out and announced it. So that means they're also working with the Israel government on some of the area that they work in, fraud detection, AI, large data analysis, etc. On top of that, they are also helping Panasonic. Panasonic has been their big client as well, to kind of produce more batteries with the help of this AI technology, especially for Tesla. Because a large chunk of the battery, though Tesla is establishing its own battery factory, but still a big chunk of the batteries are coming from Panasonic. And Panasonic is getting help from Palantir to kind of maximize the production of the batteries. Other than that, very interestingly, Palantir software is being used by 16% of the hospital beds across USA. Yes, you heard that right. 16% of the hospital beds, actually they utilize Palantir software. And that's up from 1% a year ago. And they actually use that to digitally transform the care team allocation. So basically it's actually helping with the whole operational excellence for the healthcare sector, especially in the hospitals. These are some of the ones that actually talk about what exactly Palantir has been doing, but you'll be surprised to know that Palantir has been ranked #1 vendor in 2023 AI. Yes, you heard that right. I'll repeat that. Palantir has been ranked #1 vendor in 2023 AI, data science and machine learning wisdom of crowds market study. And this study is published by Dresner Advisory Services. So Dresner Advisory Services has actually ranked it #1 vendor in the AI, machine learning and data science space. And that's a big achievement from Palantir's perspective, given the size of that. And why it has been able to crack the commercial segment, let me explain a little bit to you. So as I talked about it, Palantir's AI platform is called AIP, is based on the technology called Gotham. And Gotham is a platform that allows organizations to collect, store and analyze large amounts of the data. And the platform uses AI to help organizations identify the patterns and the trends in the data. Remember, I talked about it in the beginning. It's a big data analytics company which actually helps the organization detect the suspicious and unusual patterns in the large data sets. And their AI platform actually helps that from the help of the AI. And that's why it has kind of established into pretty much into the AI space as well, because that's the area, that's the technology they use. The most important part is that this AIP was launched just 5 months ago, and right now almost 300 organizations are using it. You can understand how important and crucial this AIP is for the industries and at the same time for Palantir. And some of the names have been fantastic. There's known names are there, like for example, like Fujitsu and New York Stock Exchange, Hertz, Millers, Surfair, and all, and so on and so forth. Actually, Panasonic Energy and Cisco, all of them are actually the clients of Palantir, especially for its AIP. So AIP has been a big boost to the companies. And what the company is actually doing now, in the next one month or so, they are actually trying to launch something like, they call it AIP Bootcamp. So they actually talk to the organizations and go and kind of showcase their platform to them, try to customize, tailor their requirements and customize it and show them that this is how they can benefit out of it. And they are actually planning to do that for 140 organizations in the next coming months. And they say that is their new go-to-market approach, guys. And I think that's a fantastic approach, that they are going and having a boot camp with the organizations who have a need for that, and actually trying to customize their AIP platform and showing them how valuable it is for the customers. And that's the reason it has actually increased its customer base by 34%, and in USA it has increased by 37%. Well, on top of that, actually Palantir has also launched, they have actually announced something called Palantir Government Web Services. Yes, something in line with Amazon Web Services, I would call that, because it's also enabling frontline innovators to go further and faster. So by leveraging the technology built from the Palantir's hard-earned experience, delivering to the government, especially in the government section, Palantir's customers and the partners can focus their attention on the next generation of developments using this web service. So I'll repeat that again. It has just announced Palantir Government Web Services. So you can see that the company has been growing pretty much in that area. And these are the major ones that they actually announced. And let's look at that future perspective and the guidelines they have given. So for Q4 2023 guidance has been, the revenue now will be between $599 to $603 million. Remember, the revenue actually grew 16% in Q3 to $558 million, and in Q4 they are actually giving a guidance of 603%. So that's fantastic. Again, from the adjusted income perspective, their guidance has been $184 to $188 million. And they also think that from the GAAP perspective, the GAAP net income will be there, it will be positive. So if we can actually do a back calculation from the adjusted income from the operations, and calculate the net income based on the historical run rate, I think it will be, we are pretty much talking about adjusted EPS of around 9 to 10 cents, which is fantastic, and that will be the 4 consecutive quarters of positive earning per share. Guys, for the full year of 2023, Palantir has raised its revenue guidance from $2.1 billion to $2.22 billion. And that's a good news as well for the market. Again, from the adjusted income perspective, they have also raised their full year target to $607 to $611 million. And again, as I said, for the Q4, Palantir continues to expect to be net income perspective positive, means they are expecting net income, positive net income overall from the GAAP perspective. So you can see, and if I can calculate a back calculation, pretty much from the GAAP perspective, they, for the whole year, they will end up at around a few cents, but from the adjusted earning per share perspective, it will be pretty much around 10 cents, 8 to 10 cents, I should say. So, well, with all these numbers and the key focus on the different areas that they have been talking about, I think it's quite a promising future it has. And the way it's been growing like 30%, 33% in the commercial space, and even the government space, which forms almost 55% of its revenue, they are kind of growing 12 to 15%, and that is a fantastic result. Well, so from all the perspective, in the AI software perspective, this is a unique company, and the beauty of that is this is in profit. And if you don't have this stock in your portfolio, maybe it's time to think about it. Having said that, these are not my recommendations. Please consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions, guys. In my videos, in my Synanomics channel, I do cover the top companies, the Magnificent 7, and then from the smaller perspective, I cover some of them like Palantir and CIA3, right? The ticker code is AI. C3AI, that's the one I cover, these two. On top of that, I also cover Adobe as well as AMD, etc. So all the top companies other than the Magnificent 7, I do cover that. I may have interest in them as well, and that's why I told you, don't Consider that as my recommendation. These are all my personal views. The main purpose of Sinhanomics is to create financial awareness so that you can understand the companies you want to invest in or you are invested in, learn to analyze the companies and make money. I'll repeat that again. For any financial decision, don't forget to consult your financial advisor. With that, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll come back again with another interesting update for you. Till then, it's a goodbye from your finance coach, Pankaj Sinha.